Hello, friends. I pinned my hair up beforehand. Now I look crazy. All right, so I'll wait for everyone to get here. I'm going to post the shopping link right here in the comments. And this is where you can find all of the makeup and the tools that I'll be sharing and teaching you guys about. But when you pop on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Okay, so I'm pretty much going to start this whole makeup tutorial in kind of like a more teaching way. Someone messaged me the other day and they're like, I love that you teach step by step. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pretend step by step, even if I've already done the steps. So first things first. Let me get out everything while we wait. Hello. Okay, so step one. Hi, Mom. Step one is wake up. Step two is wash your face. I love using our facial cleanser, which is under skincare on my website right here, rayahopebeauty.com. I love it because you can add boosters to it. So step one is wash your face. Step two is dry your face off. Then the next step will be using your rose water. I love our rose water. It's a redness reducer, it's a toner, it's a hydrator. It helps to reduce dark circles, fine lines, wrinkles. It is like the jack of all trade. It does everything. So wash your face, use your rose water, and let that fully dry. Once you've used your rose water and that fully dries, so that's going to be like my moisturizer for the day. Once I've done so, then I go in with my Eulogy Eye Cream. This eye cream has peptides and caffeine in it, so it really helps to reduce under eye puffiness, reduce dark circles, reduce fine lines, reduce wrinkles. So this guy, you're going to want to use AM and PM, but you want to use it after your rose water and apply it just on your under eyes. You can even apply it up on your eyelids if you have darker eyelids and or puffy eyes when you wake up. So this you're going to apply under your eyes after your rose water in the morning and let that fully saturate, and you will know when it's ready. It won't feel like you have anything on your skin. So then the next step is spray with your Touchable Hold Setting Spray. Spray this all over your face, your eyes, your lips, everywhere, and let that fully dry. You can really go like hog wild with this. You can't overdo it with this is what I'm getting at. So spray your face with the setting spray, let it fully dry. Then the middle step is your Touch Glorious Face Primer. We have 3 different face primers. You can either do the mattifying face primer, which is what I used. You could use the hydrating face primer, or we have a glorious face primer, which is like good for combo skin. So this is the only step in this pre-makeup routine that matters, like what your skin is like. So for me, I have normal to oily skin, so this is my favorite. I also really love this for pretty much any one skin type besides dry skin. If you have dry skin, you'll want to use the hydrating face primer. If you don't have dry skin, you'll want to use the mattifying face primer. This is going to blur fine lines and blur pores. So this is going to apply from your whole face, your eyes, your under eyes, your lips. You're going to apply this all over, about using a dime-sized amount. After you've applied it all over your face, you're going to let it sit and dry for like 5 minutes. Give it time to saturate into your fine lines, wrinkles, and pores. After you've let it sit for like 3 to 5 minutes, then you want to go in and spray with your setting spray again. Again, go hog wild with this, spray it all over, and let it fully dry. Once you've done those steps, now you're ready for makeup. Once you try this pre-makeup routine, you will see why I'm obsessed with it and why I rave about it and why everybody else does. If you've tried my pre-makeup routine, comment it in the comments and let me know what you thought. If I were to have it in the summer, what shade would I be in the winter? Probably the shade Lace. Okay, so once that we've done our pre-makeup routine, now we're going to go in with our foundation. I'm going to use, I forgot to get it out. I'm going to use my stick foundation in the shade, of course it's all the way in the bottom, in the shade Lace. So we're going to use our stick foundation in the shade Lace today. This is hands down my favorite coverage because it's super lightweight, it's super flawless, it's easy to do, and it's fast. So I'm going to apply this all over, and you literally just mark up your face. Then you're going to use your blending buds. These are damp, so you wring them underneath the water and squeeze them till no water falls, then they're ready to use. is that after you apply the facial moisturizer. So Melanie, the routine that I just said, those are the exact same products that I use in order. I didn't use anything else on my skin besides those products that I just mentioned in that order. So we're going to use our blending bud, and we're going to apply this all over, and we're just going to bounce pretty much this off our skin. So you can apply the stick foundation one of two ways. You could either do the blending bud or you could do the kabuki brush. So the kabuki brush, you literally will just like same exact kind of routine. You'll just like apply it, just buff it around. I like the blending bud the best because you're gonna get the smoothest coverage from this because it's compressing the makeup down into place versus kind of smooshing it around. And getting those like streaks or lines or anything like that. So this is really going to be the best way to apply it, in my opinion, especially if you have large pores, creases, fine lines. So that is one layer of the stick foundation, and you can already see the drastic difference in my under eyes. This is gonna take away any redness. It's going to completely even out your coverage, and it's very hydrating. So again, this is a perfect amount of coverage for dry skin, for mature skin, fine lines, wrinkles, pretty much everybody. It is the best. And it's completely buildable, so you can either do a very fine layer or you can go in and apply more, which we'll do here in a second. So we're just gonna bounce this off. Now I did want to mention, because a few people have told me like, hey, I'm using the blending buds and I'm not getting the same result, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you using Unique's blending buds? And they're like, no, I have some cheap ones from e.l.f. I'm telling you, these blending buds matter. These are pretty much made for this foundation, for this makeup line. And also it really, really does matter because they're made from like a different material than your everyday beauty blender. They're made from almost like what feels like a wetsuit material. So highly recommend to make sure you grab them. You get two for the price of one, the large and the small, which is perfect for foundation concealer. Okay, so there we are. There's our full coverage makeup. You can add more, which we're going to do here in a second. So we're going to go in with this. So the setting spray, if it's making you feel tacky, you're not letting it dry fully. So make sure to let it fully dry. Okay, so now we're going to go in with this. And then also with the setting spray, make sure that you're doing it on top and below the primer is really going to matter. All right, so now we're going to buff this in all over. And if you're commenting, asking questions, make sure you're reading the comments because I have my wonderful assistant and she's helping answer some of these comments, including if you're asking for a link to anything, the link will be in the comments. So make sure you don't have those comments swiped over. All right, so we're gonna just blend this in, and again, this is kind of like our second layer. So like I had said, this foundation is completely buildable. I also do want to mention that if you want to be color matched for this makeup, for this foundation, all you have to do is comment color match in the comments and I will private message you a full personalized recommendation. All I need to know is what type of skin you have, dry, oily, mature, sensitive, whatever. And I need a selfie facing a window. No filter, please. And if you could take off your mask. I had this one client who sent me a picture and she was in a mask and her sunglasses. I was like, I can't see you. I can't see your face. I can't color match you if I can't see you. So make sure that you are showing me your skin. All right, so there is that full coverage. You can see how that second layer really bumps it up, which I really, really love. It feels so flawless. It also feels like nothing is on my skin, which is my favorite personal part. So after you put on your foundation, then you're gonna go in with your concealer. I use the stick foundation in the shade Lace, and now I'm going to use the concealer in the shade Organza. This is one of my favorite products for concealer because it has caffeine infused in it, so it gives you an instant eye lift. It also is extremely brightening, and it's extremely firming because of that caffeine. So if you struggle with a lot of puffiness under your eyes or on your eyes, this is going to be the best concealer for you. It also gives you the most bright, beautiful looking under eyes, especially if you use the shade Organza. It's my personal favorite shade. I feel like it's a pretty universal color as far as brightening goes. And then again, you're going to use your blending bud to apply that concealer. And we're just using it on our under eye, and I'm pretty much just taking whatever's like left over around my or on my face. All right, kind of like around my eyes, just like that. And then we're done. Look at that beautiful coverage, you guys. Is the blending bud damp? It is, yes. Okay, so now that we have our foundation, our concealer on, now I'm going to set my makeup. I personally have oily skin, so I use this technique called baking, which is, I took the cap off mine, which is essentially just using like a lot of product. But if you have more dry skin, you could still utilize this product. You are just going to want to make sure that you are using like a tapered brush would be better. Okay, so now I'm going to spritz my setting spray on this dry beauty blender from Walmart. I just like it because it's flat. And then I'm going to press it in to my loose powder and just kind of bounce this off my face wherever I get really shiny, really oily. And again, this setting powder is going to set the product and the makeup in place, but it's also going to mattify the area, providing a little bit extra coverage, and also will be really great at stopping any creasing from forming. So if you crease really easily or you find that you get really shiny, this is a really good product for you to implement into your routine. So I feel like out of my whole routine, this is the one product that you can like, some people can use, some people you can skip. It just kind of, again, depends on what type of skin you have. So make sure that you're messaging me or commenting color match in the comments so I can private message you a full recommendation which products would be best for you. It is messy though, so just keep that in mind. Okay, perfect. Can you give us a real close-up when you're done so you can see your skin and your pores? I can, Lisa, no problemo. All right, so now for all over coverage. So like I had said, many people with that product, you can use it if you have oily skin or you're wanting to have a very light, like light setting. You don't want like set all over, you still want that dewy look. So cakey wise, my skin does not look cakey, doesn't feel cakey, doesn't even look like I have anything on my skin. And then you're definitely going to make sure that you're setting it when you're done, and I'll talk more about that as we go. So like I was saying, if you have a lot of fine lines, wrinkles, or dry skin, you won't want to use it the way I just used it. You are going to want to use it with like a brush similar to this, and you'll tap it into the powder, and then you can sweep and swipe or tap that product on in that area. So that will be what you'll want to do if you have fine lines, wrinkles, or dry skin. I actually used all of these same products on my mom, who is in her late 50s. And I have that tutorial saved on my page. So if you go to my page, which is Rhea Hope, at the very top, you'll see my mom and I did this whole routine on her. So if you want to see what this makeup looks like on someone with mature skin, that's the way you can do it. Okay, so now the other option to set your makeup is a pressed powder. I personally love our Touch Mineral Pressed Powder. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's my favorite because it's so silky soft. It's not drying, it's not powdery or cakey or anything like that. And it's perfect for evening out your complexion, and it's amazing for setting all of that makeup everywhere. So this, hands down, is one of my absolute favorite pressed powders, and we're just going to use a big giant kabuki brush and bounce this all over. I'm personally wearing the shade Satin in the pressed powder. If you have a similar complexion like I do, that would be a color that would match you as well. Otherwise, message me or comment color match in the comments and I'll private message you. Yes, all of these products are unique and they're all available right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. And then everything has a love it guarantee. So if you don't love anything for any reason, you can always return it for your money back. For the kabuki brush, you need to message me and I give you the link to it. Okay, so now for contouring, we're going to move on. We're done with our complexion. We're done with our face. So now we're going to really fine tune this makeup look. So we're going to use the Mineral Touch Pressed Powder, and I'm going to use a tapered blusher brush. Now, if you want a similar look like I'm going to do, you could use the Unique Pressed Powder in the shade Voile. So you're going to take your tapered blusher brush. You're going to start at the top of the ear and work towards the corner of the mouth. And you're just going to very light-handedly start sweeping and swiping this back and forth. Once you see a line forming, you want to stop, turn the brush, and swirl over that area, and that is going to begin to soften that color up and blend it outward. This is from Charles Albert, and you can use my code, what's my code? Rhea10, I believe, on their website to save. Message me, Pamela, and I could give you the link to my brush, or make sure to look in the comments, and I'll private message you, or I'll comment it in there. All right, same thing on this side. And then swirl. And then if you are commenting color match for me to message you, make sure to check your requested folder or even your spam folder, because if we're not friends on Facebook, sometimes my message will go there. Now, if you still don't see my message, you can tap on my face. A description window will pop down and you'll see my name, Rhea Hope. You can go to my Facebook page and you'll see an option to message me there as well. So either way is fine. Okay, so now for contouring your forehead, I literally will just kind of like mark up my temples here and here, and then we'll just kind of swish this back and forth and contour just the forehead, leaving the middle of it opened. So now, what's the best foundation for my 14-year-old to use for the first time? I'd probably do a BB Flawless for her because it's more of a tinted moisturizer, not so much coverage. So I think for like a beginner like her, I would do the BB Flawless, which is hydrating. It's very light. She can even apply it with her hands, and it has a natural SPF in it, which would be good for her skin as well. Yay, hi. Application today, I use a stick for the first time. Wow, so easy. I love it. That's great. All right, so now for around the jawline, you go from the bottom of the ear towards the corner of the mouth, and then again, you stop like 2 finger lengths away from your mouth, and then same thing on the other side, just like this. And then you can always take it through your neck if you ever feel like there's a disconnect between your foundation and your chest. So this will be kind of like the happy medium of everything. And then you can always build it up if you're wanting. If you want more of a bold contour, you can add more. But I love contouring with a pressed powder. I feel like it just goes on so much easier because pressed powder is made to blend. So in my opinion, I think that it's just way easier to apply than like a cream contour or a bronzer, anything like that. Okay, so now that we have I forgot to blend that out. That looks funny. Okay, so now you see that line? That's funny. Never had that before. All right, we'll fix that later. Do you use lip plumper? I love the Hottie lip plumper. It should be back in stock soon, hopefully. Thank you. Yay, I'm so excited for you for playing with your makeup. All right, so now for the blush. So now we need color back in our complexion. So we're gonna use the pressed blush in the shade Sisterly, and this is one of my favorite blush colors because it's very light on your skin, doesn't give you like a clown vibe with the color, and it simply gives you that warmth and that pinkness and back into your skin that you naturally have, and it also has a really gorgeous sheen to it, so it gives you this very glowy finish to your cheekbones, which is really flattering on all age types. So I love that color. Again, it's the shade Sisterly in the pressed blush, and that one is one of my favorites. So my whole outfit is actually linked on my Like to Know It, which you can find right here, including my necklaces too. Okay, so now for highlight, we're going to do the Touch of the Mode Luminizer in the shade Pearly, and this is one of my favorite highlight colors because it is so glowy, and I also really, really love that it's more of like a gold undertoned, so it gives you that really pretty like dewy finish when you're done, but really, really pretty. And you'll pop that on the highest parts of your cheekbones, and then like Cupid's bow, bridge and tip of your nose to give you that really pretty glowy dewy finish. And again, that was called the Touch of the Mode Luminizer, so it's just like a fancy word for highlight. All right, so now for eyebrows, we're gonna do the brow pencil in medium. Awesome. Yes, make sure you're shopping right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. Hi, Gail. Thanks for being here. Okay, so now for eyebrows, we're going to do the brow pencil in the shade medium. And I'm going to go from the tear duct straight up and kind of etch a little line there. Once you have that line, then I'm going to take it all the way to the top of the arch, just like that. Then same thing on the bottom, corner to top of the arch, and then through the tail. And then now that we have pretty much the outline of our eyebrow, now we're just going to color it in. What brush do you use to apply the highlight? That was from a Sephora highlight brush that I used. But really any kind of fluffy, smaller brush would do for a highlight. I feel like for brush-wise, like my favorite and most important brushes are the blending buds and the tapered blusher brush, which are actually both from Unique, and you can find them down here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. Blush for fair skin, I would say the shade Sisterly or the shade Sweet. The shade Sweet is matte, and then the shade Sisterly is more of a glowy, dewy finish. Because it gives you that almost like a shimmer. It's not like a shimmer, but it's like metallic, I guess. All right, so now same thing on this side. With this eyebrow, I always kind of overdraw on the end just to elongate it so it matches the other side. Which this is, again, one of my favorite products from Unique. I love that it has retractable tips so you never have to worry about sharpening it. And it has a really tiny tip on it so you get really nice hair-like strokes. It's honestly the perfect learning tool if you are learning how to do your eyebrows or just wanting to perfect them and you don't want that like really big caterpillar eye look. This is a really good product for that. It's very easy to use. All right, and then you can take the spoolie side. Summer Eyelet, what color for now? I would probably do the shade Taffeta for now. Sorry, my eye itches. Okay, and this side, just comb through, and this will kind of soften your eyebrows up. Isn't that pretty? So easy. When you do a launch live, I left a thing for help for hair growth. Okay, cool. Hope I'll message you here. Okay, so now for my eyes. We're going to do the eyeliner, which I forgot to get out, in the shade Perfect first. And this is one of my favorite eyeliners. It applies so beautifully, and it actually stays where you put it. It doesn't build up in your tear duct, and it's only $15. Again, it's called the Precision Eyeliner, and it's in the shade Perfect on my website. And if you haven't seen yet, we're actually doing a special for this month that ends at the end of this month. That is, if you spend $75, you get the mascara for free. If you spend $125, you get the mascara and the liquid eyeshadow for free in the shade Reverent. And then if you spend $175, you get the free shipping, obviously, the Twisted Mascara, the liquid eyeshadow in Reverent, and the liquid lipstick in Successful. So you get a ton of free product for your order if you spend $75, $125, or $175. The eyebrow color was the shade Medium, and it's linked right there. All right, so for today's eye look, we're going to do something really kind of a little bit different for me, but I want to show you guys. I always love giving you guys new ideas or tips or tricks or anything like that. So for a really easy eye look, we're gonna go in with the Addiction Palette 8, which is brand spanking new, and it's so pretty. It has like the best colors for springtime, summertime, fall. It has your reds, your oranges, your golds, your shimmers, your mattes, your teals. It's literally the palette that looks good on everybody. So we're gonna take the shade Revived, which is this really pretty like burnt orange, and we're gonna mix it with this burnt yellow in the shade Upbeat. So we're playing with color, and we're gonna mix the two together to equal out to almost like a caramel brown. So now that we have that on there, now we're very light-handedly going to begin to apply this all over. So my kind of trick when doing my eyeshadow is I like to think of this little saying, rainbow, rainbow, zigzag. So you'll go rainbow, rainbow, and then zigzag throughout the eye to really kind of like blend it out easily. So we're going to apply that into the crease, and this is so pretty. This is going to give you that really gorgeous like sunset look to your eyes. And then a tip for if you have hooded eyes, when you're doing your eyeshadow, try to do it with your eyes open. That'll ensure that your brush goes higher up onto your eyes, so it'll look, you can still see it when you have your eyes open. All right, so we're just going to apply that into the crease, and then in the outside corner, I like to swirl and then bring it in, just like that. All right, same thing here, but this time I'm gonna go Upbeat, which is again that burnt yellow, and Revived, and then swirl in the mirror, tap off, and then go on this side. Same thing. But what I love about this look for your eyes is it will look like you have eyeshadow on, and it gives you that really wonderful like sunset eye look, like that vibe, but it's two colors and you're mixing them together, and it's so easy. Which I'm all about easy. That's really, really pretty, and it really makes your eyes pop, especially if you have blue or lighter color eyes. So just like so. And honestly, if you have a hard time with eyeshadow, if you ever feel like, gosh, no matter what I do, my eyeshadow does not look blended, does not look soft, does not look good, what you need to do is you need to get this brush. This is called the Fluffy Crease Brush, and you want to buy it right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. Yes, this palette is amazing for all eye colors, green, brown, blue, you name it. This looks amazing. All right, so before I move on, I'm going to take the liner side, and I'm going to grab the shade Profound, which is kind of like a burnt red. And I'm just going to drag this underneath the lower lash line. And this is just going to give our eye look more of a kind of cohesive eye look. Just kind of like all put together. Finished. Just like that. Same thing on the other side. Just dragging this along the lower lash line. I always look like a clown with my blue eyes, so I just stay with mascara. I highly recommend that you get the Fluffy Crease Brush. I'm telling you, it's the best eyeshadow for blending it out and making it feel and look really natural. So really, really recommend that brush for you. All right, so now that our eyeshadow is done, so that was it. That's all we're doing for that. Now I meant to get this brush out earlier, so bear with me while I look for it. Guess I can use this one. I suppose this will do. Okay. I don't know where it is, but we have this brush that has a spoolie side on one side, and then it has an angled brush on the other, just like that. It's literally the same brush as this one, but it has a different end, and it's under tools on my website. You're going to want that brush for this step. So what we're going to do is we are going to take the Splurge Cream Shadow in the shade Magnificent, which is a matte black, and we're going to take this and we're going to dip it into that cream shadow, removing that fluff, just like that. And we're going to make sure we don't have any black on our fingers before we touch our face. And now I'm going to take that and I'm going to follow my lash line just like so along here. Now this little trick is going to make your lashes look so much bolder than if you just left them alone. It's going to make them look real thick, real good. Just like that. You want to stick really close to your eyelash line. Isn't that easy? And it's a cream-based, it's actually an eyeshadow, but we're going to use it for eyeliner, basically. And again, you want the angled, really small brush. But I love doing this step because, again, it's a Splurge cream shadow, so it's going to go on cream base and then dry into a powder finish. And it doesn't smudge or smear. However, if you're wanting it to smudge and smear, you totally can while you're applying it. So if you want that really kind of smooshed, smudged eyeliner look, really, really good product for that. And we're not going to go past our eyeliner, or I'm sorry, we're not going to go past our eyelashes. We're going to leave it right there. But this is really, really easy. And I just love how it makes your lashes look, especially when you have your mascara on. So now that our eyes are done, now we're going to go in with our setting spray. And this setting spray, this part is going to be super important. So you're going to spray your makeup. Okay, so now why this part is so important. This is going to be what is going to equal out to that like really flawless look on your skin. It's going to add moisture into your foundations, which is going to help them to look even more natural on your skin. It's going to help them to expand and just take away that like makeup-y, powdery look. It's also going to help to prevent any transferring if you were to hug someone or on the phone or whatever. It's also another really helpful tip for having to wear a mask too, to keep your makeup in place. And honestly, again, you can't overuse this product because just the more the merrier. So we are going to use this before we put on any mascara. And the reason behind that is I don't like when my mascara gets even more wet after I apply it. So this is really going to ensure that our makeup stays in place, including our mascara. So instead of applying and then you do your mascara and then you set your makeup, then your eyelashes are more wet, it will cause transferring. So really important. The difference between the spray and the powder is just that, spray and powder. They're completely different, in other words, and I highly recommend both, especially if you have oily skin. All right, so for lashes, I'm going to do the lash primer first. And this lash primer is amazing at helping get that really nice natural curled look. And then it also is really, really hydrating for your eyelashes. So again, really important step to getting those lashes to look really, really long. So lash primer first. Then we're going to go in with the Twisted Mascara. And this is the mascara that you get for free, you guys, with any order of $75. So you're going to go from the base of the lash all the way up. So lash primer first, then mascara. And you want to use the big one first. I love that it has really, really tiny bristles that help to give the best separation to your eyelashes. Also has argan oil, keratin, and biotin infused in it, so it actually gives you the longest lashes ever because it's actually helping them grow while you're wearing it. So now you're going over here. Summer I use Eyelit. What color can I use for now? This shade Taffeta. So before I did this for a living, I was a stay-at-home mom, and then before I had my babies, I worked, oh gosh, so many jobs. I worked at Nordstrom for a long time. I worked at a small boutique by the beach for a long time. So clothes and fashion have always been like my at-heart passion. And then I worked at a toolbox company for a long time doing their shipping and their product descriptions on like Sears and like things like that. Very random. All right, so now that we have like the base coat of our mascara, now I'm going to take the smaller brush that comes in this mascara, which again, even better because it's perfect for reaching those hard to reach lashes or your small lashes. Now the Twisted Mascara is also really, really cool because it doesn't have any fibers infused in it, so that it's not flaky. It's really dang smudge resistant, but it's not waterproof, so you don't need like some special makeup wipe to get it off. But it's honestly one of my hands down favorite mascaras I've ever used, not like just with Unique, but like ever. So there we have the Twisted Mascara, and now we're going to go in with the 4D Mascara. Can you send me the items you're wearing? Yes, Heidi, you can actually find them right here. I put my whole product list right there in the comments under the looks tab, which if you go to my website, RheaHopeBeauty.com, you click shop now to get into the website, you can see the looks tab. And then you can type in Rhea Hope, and that will be every look I've ever done. Mom on the go, makeup looks, full glam, smoky eyes, you name it, they're all there. All right, so I did one little top with the 4D mascara, which has the fibers infused in it, which gives you like really oomph to your lashes, which I love, especially when we're doing kind of an eye like this. So that was a whole eye look, which I really love that it almost looks kind of sultry without being like overboard. So there's the eye look. I really, really love this one. And then for lips, we're going to go in with I'm going to use a Kylie Jenner lip liner and line my lips with this. And lip liner is really important because it's going to ensure that your lipstick doesn't bleed or fade throughout your makeup. So line my lips with this. I've gotten the Reverend eyeshadow. Mascara. Ooh, you're going to love the mascara, Sue. All right. All right, so lip liner on. And then now I'm going to use the lipstick in the shade Moneyed, which is like a really pretty kind of like a darker, moodier nude. And I'm going to apply this all over. Up onto the lip liner. I'm going to take my finger and blend it out. All the way to the lip liner. Okay. So that's Moneyed all by itself, which is super pretty. Kind of like a brown nude. But now I'm going to take the shade Easy Street and pop this in the center. To kind of lighten it up a little bit and give us that really wonderful pouty look. And there we are. There's the whole makeup look. Not pretty? And someone has to get real close to my skin. There it is. So if you guys have any questions, you need any recommendations, comment color match in the comments. And then make sure you're shopping right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com, for all of your makeup, skincare, and tool needs. If you guys need any recommendations, comment color match in the comments. Otherwise, private message me and I'd be so happy to help you pick out your makeup or your hair or anything in between. So make sure to let me know if I could be of any help to you guys. And I will actually be on Instagram for the rest of the day doing some really fun stuff on my story. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to search Rhea Hope. And then once you search Rhea Hope, you'll see my profile picture. Tap on that and then you can watch the stories. So like I said, everything is available right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. And I can't wait to see you guys in your beautiful makeup and your beautiful glam. Or if you just want something more everyday too. So let me know how I can be of any help. And I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.